Well, let's speak to Sacha Lord, the nighttime economy advisor for Greater Manchester, who joins us now live. Good morning to you, Sacha. Just give us a sense of the scale of the difficulties now that the hospitality industry is facing, both in Manchester and around the country.
I am not exaggerating when I say quite clearly decimation. We've seen this it started 2 weeks ago when the professor came out and said, look, you shouldn't socially mix. And then the Prime Minister came out the following day and said, well, do go to your Christmas party. The uncertainty and the mixed messaging has created fear amongst the population. And look, I'm not here to argue whether we should be going out or whether we shouldn't be going out. But I think that the whole of the UK can see that the silence from the Chancellor is absolutely deafening. And for him to come out this morning and say, well, there are packages in place, for example, the VAT. Well, Chancellor, it concerns me a lot that you are the Chancellor and you do not understand simple maths. How can you benefit from a VAT reduction when there are no customers there? So he urgently needs to come to the table today, because if he doesn't, on his watch, the fifth biggest industry in the UK will be decimated.
And Sacha, when you say you noted that the VAT cut, what more? And you're right in saying, of course, the customers aren't paying, your restaurants aren't benefiting from that. What do you want to see? Is it simply cold hard cash?
It is. He has to bring back the furlough. Christmas time, December, operators can see up to 25% of their annual turnover. And this is a moment when they could pay back the bounce back loans, money that they borrowed off friends and family, bank loans. They wanted to do that. And actually, people are forgetting now there are hundreds of thousands of people who work within my industry. A lot of them just get paid living wage. Because there are no customers, all their hours are being cancelled right across the board. So they've gone from looking forward to Christmas to now worrying about how they're going to pay their rent. And everybody knows there is a lack of staff within hospitality. How are we supposed to encourage people to come back when there's such a dark cloud over the industry? So I'd say furlough is the first thing. And the second thing is extend the VAT relief to at least 2 to 3 years. We know it's going to take that long to get back to pre-pandemic levels. So as it stands now, he wants to hike it up by another 60% in March. Is too much, it is too soon, and it will close businesses and create huge redundancies across the whole of the UK.
But such a lot of people would say, well, the advice officially for the Prime Minister, of course, is not to cancel anything, is to go ahead with your plans. People are doing this off their own backs. Shouldn't the hospitality sector potentially be working harder to get people to turn up to the pubs and restaurants, to try and counter maybe that fear that people have to a degree?
The damage is done. When the scientists are coming out and telling us not to mix, when Chris Whitty came out the other night, again reiterated that the damage is done. There is nothing we can do. And there are people who constantly say to me, all your licensees, all the pubs, stand together. Ignore what the government say. Open, just open, let the public in. Well, they don't understand that we are licensed, we are regulated. And if we're to do that, then licensing would close us down immediately. And that would create, it would be the end of the business and again, create job losses. So that is not a solution. We need to work with the government and we have to work urgently as well. And I'm not talking about over the next 2 to 3 weeks. I'm talking about the next 2 to 3 days. And I'm glad he's come back from swanning around in California, presumably on a business trip. I hope it was a business trip. But he needs to be at the table today. He needs to be talking to us, because I've always wondered, do the government actually not really understand hospitality? Or is it that they don't really care about hospitality? And I think we're going to find out over the next few days.
Just very finally and quickly, if you can, are you changing your plans ahead of Christmas?
I had my staff Christmas party 2 days ago. We acted with common sense. We acted responsibly. We went for a dinner. There were 27 of us. And then we all went straight home after. We did lateral flow tests beforehand. And the answer is no. I've got my family around this Christmas. And you know what? I'm looking forward to it. Christmas was taken away from us last year. We will act responsibly, but we will enjoy Christmas this year.
OK, Sacha Lord, thank you very much indeed for joining us. That's the nighttime economy advisor for Greater Manchester.